Oh,
What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. Join me is my co-host, Kelsey and JoJo.
Hey.
Oh, man. Couple things I definitely wanted to fucking talk about today. The first one, the PTB came out for Dead by Daylight. Fucking spoiler alert. I'm upset. It's not Pennywise. It's fucking...
We're all shocked.
it's neither of the characters.
It's neither. It's fucking Pinhead, dude. Like, he came out of
What's a
nowhere.
Pinhead?
You know who Pinhead is?
Hellraiser?
Yeah, from Hellraiser. Horror franchise.
He's just fucking nails in his head.
You've seen
What
at least a picture of him.
would make you think that I would know what a Hellraiser is?
Well, he's pretty iconic.
I think if you look up a picture of...
I think you've seen
Pinhead,
him. Yeah, I think you've seen
probably
him.
have seen Pinhead.
It's known as a Xenobite. Something like that.
Cenobite, yeah.
Fuck is a Xenobite? Cenobite.
Yeah,
What?
it's a creature from hell, I believe.
Yeah.
Sort.
As a person that loves horror movies, this is a franchise I never dove into. I have been watching a lot of stuff on him recently to know more about the killer, since he's coming into a game that I play quite frequently. 1987 was his origin, and he's all about pain, torture, and pleasure. That's his jam.
So, I'm seeing an obvious flaw with his design that perhaps one of you can educate me on. So, when you have metal bits sticking out of your body, in particular your skull, those are fairly easy to hit with, say, a rock in the defending yourself kind of context, which then go into your brain, and then you are no longer attacking people because you have metal bits in your brain, often more than one, which is essentially, you've just made it very easy to double tap you. So why is he scary?
I mean, I think he's a demon.
Nope.
I don't think you can...
He's not a demon.
What is he, then?
That is one of the number one most apparently fucking wrong things of Hellraisers. People always go straight to Cenobites or demons. Apparently they're not. Apparently he's as close to human as could possibly be without actually being human. So him and all the other Xenobites, there's like fucking 40 of them. So, and they're all fucking different. So yeah.
Non-human is all we know.
But he can pull it out, put them in. He can do whatever he wants to. Like in the newest Hellraiser, apparently he pulls the pins out. There's like little worms and shit.
There's definitely a magical element to him.
There's 100%, yes.
Not the thing you're suggesting, I don't think is a thing he's concerned about.
Ah, okay.
No, not at all. Once again,
Interesting.
He lives and thrives off of pain and pleasure. So pain literally does nothing to this guy. Literally nothing. Like there is no pain for him. So yeah. I tried looking up like his actual origin, how he got started, the official, like, because there's Freddy Krueger's story, where he was like a fucking gardener at the school. Kids went missing. They thought that he was a pervert that was taking the kids, killing the kids. They burned him in a fire. Then he comes back, haunts the kids in their nightmares. Everybody's got an origin story of where they fucking started, and his is like he fucking found this box. It's a puzzle box, and he solved the puzzle box. And it's like this ancient box, and then it opens up. And these chains come out and grab him in the face and then pull him into the box. And then they turn him into one of those creatures in there with years and years and years and years of just nothing but torture and pain and pleasure. They made sure to say that one multiple times. Pleasure. So I don't know what the pleasure was. But yeah. And then he came out looking like that. So played... this is my first time being on the public test beta. Played one match as Pinhead, obviously, because there's nothing else new coming out. So there'd be no reason for me to play the public test beta if I didn't play Pinhead. So played one match as Pinhead. Took me about 30 minutes to get into the game. That was very AIDS. I started my stream, and then after 10 minutes of not getting to the game, promptly ended my stream. And then as soon as my game started, then I started my stream back up for the one game and then ended it again. It was great. So that was fun. He's stupid broken, believe it or not. And the only reason why I say this is because some of the stuff that his skills do, I don't know how, like, the point in having a public test beta or build or whatever people want to call it, everybody calls it something else. I've even seen public test servers. whatever. That's what they are. They're all fucking public test servers or private test servers, whatever. Is basically a chance for players to opt in and try out new content before it gets released to everybody, so that way you can see where the bugs are, where certain things need to be adjusted before you release that patch.
It's quality control. Like
Exactly. It's basically like a beta of some sorts, but not to that extreme. A beta is a little bit more extreme with like we're really trying to fucking test shit out, and it's like way away to where this chapter I think comes out next month. Anyways, that being said, I don't know how they sat around at a table and were like, this dude's easily not broken. I don't get that at all. Like Nemesis, I can get. I still think the guy is stupid fucking broken. This dude is on a whole nother level. My first time playing him, I put on no perks, I put on no items. I literally slaughtered my first game. They got maybe one generator done. Maybe one. After that, it was just dumb. So you have, first off...
Are you also exceptionally good at this game?
I am, but still, it's like... There should have been some situation of like, I don't know how to use his shit yet, that I shouldn't have been able to just go in there and just fucking dominate the game. Like
You're
they
saying
should
it
have
should
been
have
able
taken
to...
you a few games to like figure him out?
Possibly, sure. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Yeah, a few games to figure it out to where like I just feel like, I mean, once again, you start in the game, you have 5 generators you have to do to power on the doors. They literally didn't even get one done. If they did, they got only one done. Like they literally, my pressure that I was able to apply across a fucking map was insane. It was absolutely asinine. But yeah, it was, and I said that before I even went into the game. I was just reading his skills, and I had people in my chat, and we were like, "There's no way this guy is not fucking gonna be broken. Like, there's zero. Like, if he doesn't get a nerf, literally the day he comes out, I honestly don't know how I'd counter him. As a survivor, I literally won't. We won't win. There's just zero chance. Like Nemesis is already rough. He's the first guy that we've ever had where they have an AI in the game as well. So we have like these little roaming zombies that are also walking around the map. And if they hit you, they'll infect you. And if you're already infected, they hit you, they'll actually hurt you. And there's times where I've died to Nemesis because I'll be running from him and I'll come around a doorway and there's a zombie right there and just fucking hits me and downs me. And I'm like, well, that was fucking cool. And I'm just waiting for them to come pick me up and put me on a fucking hook. So then there's nothing you can fucking do about it. Not to mention, he's also the first killer who can actually melee hit you through stuff because he summons a tentacle from his hand and his tentacle just fucking goes through everything. So like for instance, whenever a killer's chasing me, my first instinct is to drop a pallet and hit him in the face. Doesn't matter. All Nemesis has to do is just take a brief stop and then fucking literally just brings that tentacle down. Not only does he hit you on the other side of the pallet, he breaks the pallet in the process as well. To where most killers have to physically break that pallet themselves, which gives you that time to then run away and get away. That doesn't exist with Nemesis. So, like I said, he's already broken. This dude is so his perks are pretty dumb. I didn't care for his perks. 2 of them are useful. 1 of them is completely not. Every person gets 3 personal perks, and then there's all the general perks, and then all the perks that you can get off of other killers. His perks are dumb. His first one, useful to where if, like, let's say we were in a game and you two were survivors and Kelsey finished her generator and JoJo, you were about to finish yours, because that's a very big popular thing, is either one, people will all jump on one generator and try to just go from that, or people will actually spread around, which is a lot fucking smarter, and go that way. Because if you're all on one generator, I mean, the pressure the killer gets to put in at that point is just fucking stupid, versus if he finds one person and starts chasing that person, 3 people are still working on generators. You're going to pop all 3 of those generators possibly before that person gets down and hooked. It only takes 60 seconds to pop a generator. Doesn't feel like, or 80 seconds to pop a generator. Doesn't feel like it, but it feels a lot longer, but it literally is only 80 seconds. So, with that being said, Kelsey finishes her generator. You're about to finish yours. It will automatically cause the entity, which is the thing that runs the entire game, these like gigantic spider legs, to come up and close the generator and knock you off of it and hold it for 20 seconds.
Oof.
Woof, that seems hard.
Yeah, so and that's every time a generator's popped, it grabs the next generator that's the closest to popping and then holds that generator for 20 seconds, giving the killer more time to possibly come and add more pressure, and then it highlights that generator in white for the killer. So he knows
Which one's the
exactly
closest?
which one is the about to be popped, exactly. So then he can go over there, try to hit anybody that's around it, wait for those entity legs to come down, then kick it to do some damage to it and knock it down a little bit. So useful, not the best. A lot of generator play perks I don't think are that good. Some of them do work with applying pressure, which is very smart for killers. But they're the problem with those is that it, in my opinion, and I see this happen with a lot of newer people who play killer, it makes them lazy because they think that they can just use that to apply the pressure, and therefore they can just go focus on one person. Like one that I see used a lot is that whenever you spawn in the game, it spawns all the survivors together and the killer on the other side of the map. Like this perk does that because sometimes you can spawn next to the killer, and sometimes you'll all just spawn randomly on the fucking map. It's stupid, but anyways. It will spawn you on the entire other side of the map of the killer, and then the 3 nearest generators to you are all covered by the entity for a solid minute. So you can't work on any of those, and it forces you to go to the other side where the killer most likely is at. And the killer's not going to come over to that side because they know, obviously, you can't do anything. You're not going to sit there for a full fucking minute not doing anything. So then they're just going to sit there and wait for you to come to their side of the map and then be able to attack you. So I see a lot of people use generator perks because they think that that's going to be able to apply the pressure where they get lazy, and then it's very easy. In my opinion, I like that perk being used against me because it's very easy for like people I play with who are still kind of new to the game and don't understand like map layout.
Mm-hmm.
What we find ourselves in a bad situation every time, and by we find ourselves, they find themselves whenever I'm the killer and killing them, is that they jump on a generator and then they move to the next one, and then they move to the next one, and then they move to the next one, which
That
is
makes it
great.
easy for you to predict because
Well,
they're
not necessarily that, but
Okay.
what it does do for me is that sooner or later they're going to get down to where all 4 generators are up and they need one more. But guess what? They moved in that solid line. All 3 of them are right next to each other. Now I just have to fucking round robin. Boom, 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 boom. Versus going from this side of the map to this side of the map to that side of the map to this side of the map. Yeah, people don't pay attention. So what I like to do in that situation is now I have that option. I'm going to go hit that corner. Then by that time, these will be back up. I can come back, hit this corner. I can hit the one in the middle. Now we've got 2 and 2. We've got options. I only need to hit one more generator and we're done. So having that map awareness as a survivor sometimes hard to do because you're so caught up in what the fuck's going on. You don't want to get caught by the killer, and that comes with playing the game. Like a lot of people are really scared to get hit because they think they're automatically going to go down because they don't know how to loop correctly yet. They don't know how to do this correctly yet.
Yeah.
I see a lot of what happens in our custom games. I see a lot of wasted fucking pallets. Oh man, nothing pisses me off more than that whenever I'm just balling out and I'm like, oh shit, all right, fucking JJ's on me, and I'm just fucking running. I'm like, be cool if I can find a pallet. Nope, no pallets. Where's all the pallets? And JJ's like, yeah, Taylor threw down like 8 of them already. And I'm like, sweet. All right, this is cool. Awesome. How many did she stun you with? 0. Awesome. This is great. Like they're just so quick and just throwing down pallets and fucking getting the fuck out. And it's like there's a strategic aspect that I like. It's weird. Like you can watch. So I had this guy raid me one night. And this dude would beat my ass regardless of what I did in this
Really?
game. Yes, he's a rank 1 killer and a rank 1 survivor. Like he is
Damn.
top percent. I think the highest I've gotten as a survivor was rank 3, and the highest I've gotten as a killer was rank 5. So this dude would fucking just slam me. Wouldn't even be close. So I was watching him one night, and the way he would break stuff down, which I really appreciated because I could ask him questions, he would actually like break shit down for me. So he's talking about,
nice.
one of the aspects of looping that a lot of people don't pay attention to is like obviously there's hugging the wall because you want to take the shortest route possible because the killer's most likely not going to be doing that. And even if they are, then they're going to be outbeating you if you're not fucking hugging the wall. So you always want to make sure you're hugging the wall. The one of the things that he pointed out that I didn't even fucking know was a thing yet was like when you run past a pallet, you have about like a second of just a fucking second to where you can be past the pallet but still activate the pallet button. That split second, your foot moves forward, it looks almost 100% like you're not going to throw the pallet down because you're past the pallet. And that is like the best chance to stun a killer is trying to pay attention to that last second. And it's like when you start adding that in and trying to like framework that, it's like holy, like this dude's on a whole nother fucking level, and it's just it's insane. And then he was like showing me like the best way to fucking do like, because one thing that I fuck up with a lot is that I think I have a lot more time than I do whenever I'm trying to pallet loop. And so what pallet looping is in the game, usually whenever there's a pallet out in the middle, there's going to be like two structures and then a pallet sitting up. You throw the pallet down. If the killer doesn't break it, that pallet's now there. So now the killer has a choice. They can break the pallet, which is going to take them time. I'm going to fucking leave. Or they can try to ring around the rosy with me and see if they can catch up to me and sooner or later get me. So what I'll do is I'll hug these walls and I'll get that, you know, nice little speed boost. And then whenever I get a chance and they get close, I'll just jump the pallet over to the other side. They can't jump the pallet. They have to break the pallet. Now, where I will fuck up is that I'll see them coming around. I'll jump the pallet, and then I'll notice, because I wasn't paying attention, I was getting too cocky, they've already turned back around. And I'm like, fuck, so now I got to jump back over the pallet again. But they never left from that spot. I just see their red light turn around. So I get in my own head. So then I end up, I'm crawling over the pallet the second time, and they're just sitting there waiting to hit the fuck out of me. And then it's like, I'm going to get hit once, or I'm already hurt, and I'm going to end up getting down. It's usually when I'm already hurt, and I'm really trying to, like, overthink it a little bit. And I shouldn't do that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, he showed me, like, how to, like, appropriately do that, where it's, like, use the pallet like a hugging thing. Even though it's a little bit further in and it takes some time off, you'll never, the amount of times a killer sees you tug into that pallet, they think you're going to go for it, and they just stop and immediately turn like you're going to go to the pallet, and then you just keep moving forward. Now, if they keep coming, sure, jump the pallet, but try to not jump the pallet more than you jump the pallet, and it will literally amaze you how many times the killer red light just switches to the other side because they think you're jumping the pallet and they're going to try to meet you on the other side. Now you have that choice where you can just cut off right and you're fucking gone, or you just keep that loop, because guess what? Now you can get completely on the other side, on the long sides, and now you have all that space away from the killer. And it's like, holy fuck, like this dude was on a whole nother level. I was like, holy shit. Really, really good guy. Like, super fucking good guy. Super nice guy, too.
It was nice of him to share those, like, those secrets with you. That was cool.
Yeah, because he was, like, playing one of the killers who's, like, one of the base killers for the first time. And he was putting these perks on. And just the stuff that I was seeing him do, I was like, fucking insane. Like, I mean, not even just killing, but just being able to, like, get around the map the way he was, applying pressure the way that he was, just opened my eyes to, like, how I play the killer. I mean, to be fair, once again, I am playing with people who are newer at the game than I am, so there is a different level of experience there. But it just made me think of, like, whenever I do play online, because we do certain things whenever we play together that we try to do to make fun. For instance, there's this perk called barbecue and chili. With barbecue and chili, I can put somebody on a hook, and it will show me where every other player is on the map for a total of 20 seconds. Stupid broken perk. Stupid broken perk. Now, that being said, when we play on our drunk streams, we don't. It's banned because it's like it's too fucking easy and stuff like that. So there are things where it's like I do change the way I play whenever I'm playing a killer, because it's more for fun and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't take it too easy, because like I want them to genuinely get better at the game, because sometimes we do play online, and then it's like, I am higher ranked. They're going to play harder to play people, and it's kind of hard for them to continue to keep doing that when they're getting their fucking shit kicked in every single match, you know?
Mm-hmm. So if you've got practice time, use the practice time.
Exactly. So, you know, I definitely try to give them tips. Like, I actually made this whole fucking flow chart because two of them were looking for what survivor they wanted. And I made this whole chart where it was like noise level, because every single survivor has a different noise level whenever they get hurt, how loud they are with letting their grunts and moans out until they actually get healed. Their cosmetics, what level of visibility they have as far as payable cosmetics, and then their character model size, because if you're smaller, it's a lot easier to kind of like just hide in the grass. I have this literally clip on my Twitch that somebody fucking grabbed, and I couldn't believe it fucking happened. But I was playing against the Nemesis, and I had this generator, and basically there were like these 4 walls around the generator, and then an extra wall by itself outside of that wall. So what I would do is I would work on the generator. He would come. I would go straight, take a left around one wall, and then take a right around the other wall, come out, and the main door is right there for us to leave. I just got to get that last generator popped. There's literally a bush right to the left. I would go over to the bush and just duck down and put my back towards him, because I'm wearing an all-black shirt, and I would just put my back towards him. And he would come out looking around, and you would see him for a solid minute, like, where the fuck is this guy at? And then I would hear that heartbeat leave. He's leaving. I'd go over there, start working on the generator again. I hear that heartbeat, just walk my slow ass right back out and get right back in that bush just like that. Literally didn't find me a single time. A single fucking time I did it. Now, I mean, whenever we're talking like he was looking for me by that bush, I mean, we're 5 feet. Fucking 5 feet. This guy couldn't see me. It's insane. So, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, that was my thing. I mean, he's kind of broken. I guess his biggest move, to kind of touch on that, on where he is broken, is he's able to summon. So it took me a minute to get used to it because I didn't really understand it. So it tells you to pop a button to open a gate. So you open, or a portal. We'll say portal. It does say gate, but we'll say portal. Opens a portal. Now, it's in front of you. And then if you use your view, whatever you use, a mouse or a controller, if you use your view, look, it moves the portal away from you. Your character is now standing still at this point. Yeah, he's standing still at this point. So you move the portal, and you can spawn the portal wherever you want. Then it teleports you as the player, your character standing still, you as the player to that portal. Your view is that portal's view now. You're able to look as the portal. And then you can summon a chain. And as you summon a chain out of this fucking portal, you control the chain. But it's like really, like you really got to work it to like turn it around corners. It's not like amazing or anything. But if you hit the person, it grabs the survivor. Now they're fighting with this chain to break off. If you're right next to the killer and you pop that real quick like I was doing, zero chance you're getting out away from that chain before I come over there and hit you once, at least once. If I hit you, it automatically breaks the chain. But by the time we're done with this struggle, if I time it correctly, realistically, my cooldown's almost done, and you're not going to get away before I can throw another portal in front of you and do the exact same thing again. You got to hope that I'm terrible with aim and can't fucking get that chain quick enough. And if I hit you with a chain, it automatically decreases your running speed until you're either fully healed up or you get downed. So, and the killers are already almost 100, or not almost, are already 100% faster than you. If you run in a straight line, the killer will catch you. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. The killer will 100% catch you, regardless of the killer. Doesn't matter. The killers are naturally base faster than you are, as far as movement
Now,
speed.
I have a question. You just said 100% faster than you. Do you actually mean the killers are twice as fast as you?
Yes, they will catch up 100%. Like, as they walk twice as fast, yes.
I think he's saying it's 100% true that they are faster than you, not that they are twice as fast.
That's what I was trying to get him to clarify. Do you mean that they are actually twice as fast, or do you just mean that they will always catch you?
So there's this guy that took all the characters out and put them in like a track simulator at their base movement speed and had them run. The level of speed compared to the survivors was fucking mind-blowing. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they are faster than you. I am about 85% sure they are double your fucking speed.
Okay. So they might be 100% faster than you.
But we'll safely go with 75.
They will definitely catch you.
Yes.
You were throwing out like percentages, and you're very specific, and a bunch of people are, so I wanted to know. So.
No. That's fine. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so, and then like I said, there's certain killers that are faster than other ones, not a lot and not by much. So, like I said, you run in a straight line, 100% you're going to get caught every single time. If you fucking accidentally clip on one thing, 100% you're going to get caught. Like, it's just going to happen. They're fucking quick. They're fast. But yeah, so that was broken to me. And he can do that like 3 times the hook thing. The perk that I did put on, that I did use, that I thought was kind of cool, is that some of the hooks become like his specialty hooks, as far as the hooks that you hang people on. And if somebody gets off of those, it causes them to hemorrhage, which leaves gigantic blood spots on the ground, which don't dry up fast. So that way, that's another way for you to track them whenever they're running from you. You can see these gigantic blood drops all over the fucking ground. So, little OP.
Game sounds gnarly.
I like it. It's a lot of fun. I'll say this.
You also love horror stuff, so.
I do. When the game first came out, it was the horror aspect that kept me. And what I mean by that is that it was like Phasmophobia in a way. I was terrified to do it, and you always had that adrenaline going through you to do it. And that's what kind of kept me. Same thing with Phasmophobia. Now in Phasmophobia, I know that I can literally just go in the house in the first minute, drop every single device on the ground, and then put a camera aimed at all the devices, and then I don't have to leave the truck. I can literally figure out exactly what ghost it is, 100% accuracy every single time, just by doing that. That's why that game's no longer fun to me. And that's on the professional mode. Like, that's the highest difficulty. To where, like, when we first started out, we're all scared to go in the house. We're all, like, fucking beep if you're here. Beep! Oh, shit! Right! Like, everybody's scared. Like, to where now, it's like, fuck, I don't give a shit. So, same thing with Dead by Daylight. That's how it was. It was like, you know, fucking, like, oh, I'm working on generator. Oh, my God, the killer's here! Like, I'd freak the fuck out, you know? Like, shit, run. I mean, we even have some older fucking footage of me playing this game on Dead Funny. And you can see a complete difference in how I am whenever I play the game now. Now it's more of for sure the drunk streams are the main reason I'm there. But outside of that, whenever I play it every once in a while, it's just to kind of just like hone the skill a little bit. It's not really it's so weird to think that like I'm only 30 and like my competitive nature in video games just isn't there. Like I would much rather sit down and play like an RPG solo by myself than be like fucking top of the leaderboards in fucking Call of Duty. To where like whenever I was like 15 and stuff, that's all it was about. Fucking Halo. I gotta be top of the leaderboards. I gotta be ranked number 1. Let's fucking go.
Well, hang on here, because there's two major details about that. When you're 15, your world is hella small. Like, your world is school and home, and there's pretty much nothing else. When you're 30, you've got work, you've got home, you've got friends, you've got hobbies, you've got the shit you do on the side outside of all of that. Like, your world is so much bigger that the idea of being like, I am going to take 80% of my physical and emotional energy and I'm going to dedicate it to this one video game, like, no, like, I got enough other shit that needs my energy. I'm not willing to just kill myself to go be top of the leaderboards. Yeah, like, whoop-de-fuck. Like, who cares?
Yeah, but then whenever you put in, like, my personality and how much of a cocky jackass I am, it kind of fits that I would want to, like, at least be the top of the leaderboard in something that I fucking do, to where I'm just like, it is what it is, so...
I feel like you have the things that you're good at, though. Like, you know, if somebody wants to, like, throw hands over Final Fantasy VII knowledge, like, you'll put them down 9 times out of 10.
I don't know.
And the one time that you won't, you've just made a lifelong friend because they're going to teach you shit you don't know about a thing you love. Like, you've already found your expertise. Why do you need 45 things? Why do you need to win every time? Does that make sense?
I guess. I don't know. Sometimes, like, it sucks that the fire is gone so quickly. Already, how I feel.
So quickly.
Like, I just feel like, for instance, like I still have friends. I know, but like I still have friends who all play the fucking shooters and shit, and then it's like always like, oh, Chris, download this play, and I never have a good time. I'm just like, I could be playing something else, man. Like I really could. Like everyone, like Tarkov, got addicted to that. Yeah, it was fun, but I mean, I probably spent $70 for Tarkov, and I probably played it for like a week and a half. I literally haven't touched the game since then.
Yeah.
It lasted a total of 1 rotation of it on the podcast. That was it. That's how far it got. I talked about it through 2 podcasts, and after that, it's like, no more Tarkov. Didn't care. And my friends still play it, and I'm like, oh, dude, come on, get on, dude. We'll fucking have full squad. And I'm like, oh, dude, yeah, I'd rather fucking not do that and fucking catch a virus on my computer and never be able to touch a fucking computer again than fucking sit there and play Tarkov and beat myself in the face all the time. So,
wow, yeah, that's an intense dislike. Damn.
It sucks. I hate it.
What the hell happened?
It's just, my friends are dicks. That's just all there is to it. Not like they're mean to me or anything, but my friends are dicks. Like whenever you sign up to go into a raid,
the game, you dislike your friends being dicks.
It made me dislike the game. It made me dislike the game.
If you played the game with people who aren't dicks, you might have had fun.
I don't think that's an option.
Yeah.
He's got people.
He only. I was gonna say his favorite people are dicks. You're right, JoJo. You're absolutely right.
When you sign up to do like a raid and fucking you're all geared up and then you get inside and like everybody else with you's got like a pistol, you're like, okay, cool, nobody came to win. I'm gonna fucking die because I'm the only person here, so I'm gonna Chris help me, and then I'm gonna fucking die. You assholes are gonna loot my body, and then I'm gonna be sitting there just waiting for you guys to get out the fucking game. So we can go into the next one. You guys are like, oh, we fucking got out, yeah, fucking good job, guys. And then fucking go to load the next one. Guess who's still all running pistols? These assholes. So it's I mean, it was more than that, though. I just, like I said, shooters, it's just, they don't mean anything to me anymore. And that sucks to me. Because I remember, like, the feeling that I had when PUBG first came out, even though that game's fucking ass now. I remember the feeling that I had when that game came out. Yeah. Like, it was fucking amazing. I fucking played that shit for hours on end. I can't remember the last time I bought a Call of Duty. I can't. Yeah. Which is crazy. I mean, to be fair, they come out like every fucking 2 years, but still, it's like, I know I'm not buying the new one. That's definitely not happening. I was buying it for fucking zombies, and zombies have been fucking ass the last couple times.
How many years have those Call of Duty games, like, since Modern Warfare? It's been like 15 years, almost, maybe? Like, we've just played a lot of those. Like, it's, at some point, it's just too much, man.
Well, see, I understand where you're coming from, and I disagree a little bit. And the reason why I disagree is because a lot of people say the same shit about, like, Madden and stuff like that. And it's like, it's the same game every year, but it's not. It's realistically not.
They're different. I've played, like, every other one of them kind of every other year.
They're different enough.
It's just, at some point, I've played enough Call of Duty multiplayer that I'm like, it's just not, I'm burned out on it, you know? It's just, like, not that compelling.
Yeah.
Like, I barely play Overwatch anymore, even though I like I played 300 hours of it or something, and it's like, that's enough.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know.
When that Halo game comes out, I'll probably...
Yeah, and see, that'll be another one. Like, Halo, I was such a huge fucking Halo fan. It's like, this last 2 Halos that have come out, I think I've put less hours in fucking Halo than I have any other fucking game in my fucking library, which is crazy to me. Like, I mean, I used to be the dude that had, like, fucking all the special deluxe editions of Halo and the fucking metal cases and shit. Like,
I mean, I could
care less
the Master
now.
Chief helmet.
Yeah, the Master
Halo
Chief helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that one too, but it's just, man, dude, it's just nuts. Like, that was the first Xbox game I ever played was Halo. That and Return to Castle Wolfenstein.
That may be true for me too. I don't know.
Yeah. I will never forget, I stayed up. It was my first time ever doing, like, an all-night binge on a video game. I was living in Alabama at the time, and I stayed up for a solid 24 hours with my buddy playing Halo, and we beat it on Legendary first time through. And then the next day I was outside, and there was this broken down car in the trailer park that we lived in. And I was over there, and it just so happened to be a fucking $20 bill underneath the fucking wheel that somebody had lost. And I picked it up, and I looked around. Nobody was claiming it. And I was like, all right, fuck it. Went up to the game store and bought Halo 2. It just came out not that long ago. I asked my dad if I could get Halo 2. He put the rest of the money with it, grabbed me Halo 2, and fucking went home and played that immediately right afterwards. So that was my early on Xbox. That was probably the best deal I ever got as far as for a system. The dude that was at the very top of our trailer park was doing he said he was going bankrupt is what he said. But basically it was like going bankrupt, selling all my stuff, selling my Xbox. I think it was like $20. No, it was $40. $40 for my Xbox. And I only had PlayStation at this time. This was like my first jump into the Xbox world. And once again, Halo 2 was on the verge of coming out. So Xbox had realistically been out for a while. I knocked on his door because all of us were getting off of school. And I asked him, I was like, is it still up for sale? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, take the sign down. I was like, I promise you, if I'm not back in 10 minutes, put the sign back up, but please take the sign down. I will be right back. I live right at the bottom of the trailer park. I will run. I'll be right back. So I ran down there and I was like, look, I know my birthday, fuck Christmas is a long ways off. I need $40. Like, just give me $40. I need $40 and I'll be right back. So sure enough, my mom gave me the money, ran all the way up there, gave it to the guy. It was a console, 4 controllers, Halo, Return to Castle, Wolfenstein. It was like 12 games. Yeah. Like this dude and a memory card. Yeah.
Damn.
For $40. Yeah. And it was this old guy, really, really old guy. And he's like, you're going to have way more fucking to do with it than I'm ever going to fucking have at my point in life. Fucking take it. Like, here, $40, whatever. So, yeah, it was pretty awesome. And, yeah, I think that's like the best. Well, I also got a Wii for $40 as well. That's for sure, too. It was like a couple years after it came out, but I had this coworker who was selling their Wii. And I even told her, I was like, hey, like when she showed me what she was giving me, I was like, normally I don't do this. Like, I'm a sales rep at heart. It's hard for me to be like, oh, wouldn't you like to charge me more money? Like, I'm trying to get you fucking, or I'm trying to take your money, not the other way around. She sold me a Wii, 4 Wiimotes, like fucking 8 different accessories. There was like the gun accessory, the fucking steering wheel accessory,
Oh yeah,
all this other shit. Yeah. For the fucking Link's crossbow bullshit.
Yes.
Yeah, that fucking game was
There's
terrible.
Resident Evil games, you can play with it too.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Fucking the one time they put a Call of Duty on the fucking Wii too that everybody fucking hated. Yeah, that's terrible shit. We worked completely fine. Nothing wrong with the system. And it was 32 games. And maybe 3 of these games were like bargain bin games. Everything else was AAA title. Like, we're talking Mario Party,
Wasn't
Mario
she punishing
Sports,
her
Mario
son or
this.
something? That's
No.
how you got that?
No, not at all. This chick had no kids. She lived by herself. Just was not wanting to have a game system anymore. She's like, I could find better things to do with my time. It's like, okay.
All right,
$40.
I can't.
Yeah, what the hell?
$40. I was like, are you sure? Like, for real? Because, like, I'm one of those people where, like, I've been fucked over in my life. I understand how that works. So, like, when it usually, even friends, and I hate doing this. I fucking hate doing this because it just, you automatically come off as like you don't trust somebody and you're just an asshole for it. But, like, whenever I buy something off of friends, I'm like, all right, look, hey, I drew this up just saying, like, hey, I need you to sign it. Like, I'm sorry. I need a bill of sale. I'm sorry. This is how I am. I've been fucked over. I've literally had shit where people are all come after me after like a fucking $15 game. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I've had that happen. So I'm not fucking around with that. Like, it just all goes with like how my grandpa fucking raised me on that stuff too. Like, I don't loan money. Like, I've had friends that ask me for money. I don't loan money. It's an ugly business. I would rather just be like, hey, look, you need the money right now. I'm in a spot where I can help. I'm giving this to you. I have 0 expectations it's coming back to me. I do not loan money. I will give money, and then I'll usually give more than what you're asking for. And it's like, so that way, hopefully you get in a better spot. And if you need more money, you already have it. That's the kind of guy I am. I don't loan money. It's an ugly business. I don't like it. And it's the same way with that. I like to dot my I's and cross my T's. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But I always feel like an asshole. Same thing whenever I ask people.
Protective.
Yeah, it is. It is. But like, you do have people where you feel like you shouldn't have that aspect with. You know what I mean?
I would not, with anyone I know, probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it could be close friend. Like, I would do this with Kelsey, and like I have a lot of love and respect for Kelsey. Like, I do not feel that she would ever try to hurt me in any kind of situation. But it would still happen with Kelsey. Like, Kelsey's literally one of my best friends, so it wouldn't fucking happen. But it's like, realistically, in my mind, I'm like, okay, I have to fucking do this. Like, I have to, even whenever I bring people on to fucking Dead Funny content, a lot of people don't know this, but I tell them, hey, look, this coming completely out of my pocket. You're not getting paid for this. Completely volunteer time. Like, in my friends, yeah, exactly. And my best friends will be like, bro, yeah, exactly. Sorry, JoJo. I guess I broke the news to you a little late. Anyways, but I didn't know you were still waiting on a paycheck. My bad.
Yeah.
You've been complaining to the Better Business Bureau about this for weeks. I've been seeing it and just ignoring all of the messages that come through.
I've been marking them as spam.
Yeah.
But like, I'll do it to all my friends, and all my friends will be like, bro, I get it. Like, you've been on my YouTube channel a couple times now, and we've never like done this with you. And I was like, I understand that, but this makes me feel comfortable. Not saying that you're going to be that person.
This is my channel.
But I mean, that's what I grew up with. Like, a lot of the fucking like music artists and stuff I listen to, it's always about, like, people being nice and doing handouts whenever you're fucking not famous. And it could be that one video that we have that blows up, and they're like, hey, where's my cut of that? Like, I was on that video, and it's the only video on your channel that's got like 20,000 or 50,000 views and got you all these subscribers. Where's my... I don't ever want to be in that situation. So, yeah, very protective whenever it comes to that. So, I've put in a lot of work. Kelsey's put in a lot of work. You've put in a lot of work. I feel like it's my job at this point to be like, all right, I'm going to make sure I'm not also fucking your guys' time over as well. So, yeah, that little part of protection comes out. Which, once again, it's me too. It's not just you guys. I'm not throwing it off on you at all. 100% me as well. I'd be pissed off at myself at the end of the day. I'm like, fucking A, dude. Like, I just would have told this person, But...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that we want to condemn because we're just like, oh yeah, isn't like the whole point of polite society that you don't have to do some of those things? And I'd point out there are so many times that people have counted on like the everybody having the same standard, the same expectations, and the same understanding, and it's just royally screwed them over. And so, just being abundantly clear and dealing with that awkwardness seems like the better call for me. But
Yeah, I agree. And I'm also one of those people, I have to have it in writing too. So like I won't have that conversation with anybody over the phone. Like they'll talk to me like, hey, yeah, man, I'd love to come do something on Death Funny. I'm like, all right, sweet. And then I'll talk to Kelsey about it. We'll try to figure out something that realistically works. And then when we do, I'll send them that in a text. I'm like, hey, just so that way you know. So that way in case anything happens, I'm like, look, bitch, I got this shit in writing. All right.
yep.
Told you from the get-go. This is 100% volunteering your time. You are not getting paid for this. I do not make any money off of Dead Funny. Oh man, dude. Yeah, it's nuts. Like I said, it sucks, but and I guess I take it to a different extent though. I do it every time. So we've had people on here multiple, like Mike has been on here multiple times. He's one of my best friends. Like every time I do it, he just goes, "All right, I'll send it to my lawyer." Like at this point, he's like, "I'll send it to my lawyer now. I'll invoice you." I'm like, "Yeah, all right. Well, you'll get a fat fucking nothing." So.
Yeah, I'm not coming into this with the illusion that this is. I've read things about the monetization process of YouTube, and I know that this is not
Not close.
producing.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm JoJo. I'm having a fun time watching your face as you're trying to figure out how to say like, this isn't high enough quality. We don't have the viewers. You know, like I don't know what you're gonna love at us, but you're just like, do I say this in Spion or not?
It's not a quality judgment at all. It's just I've seen the number.
I'll put it this way. I did not have a bad fallout with Darkstar whatsoever, which I'm completely happy about. I'm glad that went the way that it did. It could have been way worse because I've seen other people leave the channel the way that they did, and I'm glad it didn't. Not saying I was at that point because I wasn't. But being on Darkstar humbles me to be like on Dead Funny, and I'm like extremely like proud of that because it's like we went from being 4-5 kids not knowing what the fuck we were doing on YouTube and internet sensations like over fucking night to go from fucking 100 subscribers to 14,000 and then having literally hundreds of comments where people are specifically trying to talk to you like, oh, Chris, did you see this? Have you watched this episode yet? Chris, it's a lot.
Yeah.
And to see that and then to know that we have the viewer base that we do, I wish you assholes would comment a little bit more versus coming and talking to me in stream. That would be great. But, you know, hey, whatever. So, but
it doesn't get back to me, whatever you say to him. So if you don't comment, I don't know. Hey.
Exactly. So
chill about it.
I like how there was this one guy that actually said he popped in my stream. I can't remember his fucking screen name to save my life now, but he's like, hey, I had something to tell you about that I wanted to say to JoJo about Mortal Kombat when we did the Mortal Kombat movie. And I was like, well, go comment on the video. And then the next day, it was just like, the movie fucking sucks. And I was like, oh my God.
Okay.
I was like, no way. Oh, it was great, dude. It cracked me the fuck up. I was like, well,
yeah,
also
feel free to say that. I was not
Twitter. Fuck.
Like,
oh my God.
I'm mistaken, man. Honestly.
Also, JoJo has a Twitch. Like he could have jumped into JoJo's Twitch and told JoJo.
Like, really, probably couldn't. Probably wouldn't be on.
It was so funny. I was just like, it was just so random. I was like, hey, you guys, I saw your Mortal Kombat video. I was like, yeah, I had something to say to JoJo. And I was like, well, go leave it as a comment. Don't tell me, so that way JoJo can read it. I post the comments in our Slack. Okay. And then the next day it was like, the movie fucking sucked. And
yeah, okay.
Like, wow.
Thanks for your message. On their advisement. Nice.
10-4. You know?
Oh my God. It fucking cracked me up. But anyways, so whenever I get on Dead Funny and I'm able to look at like our analytics and stuff like that, and I see that the views are constantly going up. I mean, we're gaining subscribers, obviously nowhere near as fast as Darkstar did, but at the same time, like we do nothing but original content. Like it's really humbling. So I think if I wouldn't have started on Darkstar, just the way like sometimes like how my ego and stuff is, I'd be a little bit like, fucking hey, when are we gonna gain traction? Like, but we are, like, we're constantly in the green, which I'm fucking super appreciative of. Thank you everybody that watches all of our stuff and the likes and everything. But yeah, it definitely humbled me for sure, because when we got fucking big off of Dark Star, shit got real quick, and that was quickly that was the demise of the team. We weren't ready for that. Like, I mean, we had literally just took like the month before to set up like our Patreon goals. I mean, and all of our Patreon goals revolved around, you'll get this content a week early, you'll get this content a week early, and then it was like overnight we were 14 weeks behind. Yeah. So here we are sitting down, and we're doing like 6-hour recordings 5 days a week.
Oof.
Yeah. Shit got real fast. But it was very easy to just log onto Patreon. You just see that number going up. We're making this much a month. We're making this much a month. We're making this much a month. And it's like, this is quickly going from a hobby to a part-time job. And everybody was fucking freaking the fuck out. And yeah, then you start losing a lot of your personal life, and everything else is going. And then, like I said, the problem is that we set too many expectations up in our head, and kept telling ourselves one thing whenever it actually wasn't that. It was like, hey, I was going to watch all these shows anyway. Now I get to watch them with friends and also have these conversations. That's true. But what I didn't expect was watching like 3 seasons of a show all in a fucking 6-hour period. You know what I mean? Like, sooner or later, you're just like, fucking hey, I want to do anything else right now. Literally anything else. Like, oh my gosh. And then you can't look like you're just bored or anything on screen, so you're trying to fucking pay attention. You're looking at your phone, your significant other or whoever, whatever's going on has been blowing up your fucking phone. Like, when are you going to be done? Or this and that. And you're just like... Then you got friends who you're not recording with, like, let's say fucking New World just came out, and it's all like, sorry, I can't play New World, and I'm going to be severely under level compared to everybody else because I've got fucking like 5 days of straight recording to do. But, I mean, once again, none of us knew what we were doing. This is not saying anything bad on Tony at all. He ended up getting a scheduling system and stuff down after that. He didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to handle it. We were all just like fucking chickens with our head cut off, like, and then not to mention, the one thing I do feel bad for Tony about is that it was like, I was from the get-go, like, this is something I want to do. I've always wanted to fucking do a YouTube channel. From the get-go, I was like, yeah, let's fucking do this. The other people, which I'm more than happy to say this, the other people, it was like the moment we started taking off, it was like, now let's get creative. Now let's have ideas. And now everybody's pitching ideas to Tony left and right about this. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. Oh, let's do this. And it's like... He's just trying to stay on top of the fucking influx of stuff that we've already promised at this point because people are officially fucking paying for it now. And it's just, yeah, it was a lot. It took its toll. It took its toll. We did not expect that to happen, so.
Chris, 2 things.
Yeah.
The first thing is, I'm not sure if you've noticed, but this whole podcast has been like, I'm too old for this now. Like, just some version of that again and again and again. And this is the I'm too old for this shit podcast, via Chris. I'm not too old for this shit, so there's that. Also, I'm slightly younger than you, right? Just a little bit.
I'm pretty sure we're the same age. I'm almost 100% sure we're
maybe.
I'm almost 100%
sure
we're the same age.
Literally like days. Like, we're born in the same month.
Yes, I'm the second week of the same month you were talking about earlier.
Yes, okay, yeah. So I'm literally days younger than you. So
yes.
I'm not too old for this shit yet. Maybe I'll be there in 2 weeks. We'll see. But the other thing I want to point out is I was thinking about, like, I'm not sure if you guys remember, actually I know you do, well, maybe you're too old, the Gangnam Style guy. Like,
yes, PSI, yeah.
Yeah, he was interviewed repeatedly, and he's just like, I wish it hadn't been the first song. I wish it hadn't gotten as big as it did. Like, I'm completely unprepared for this. And I remember watching that and being like, how could you be unprepared? Like, you're doing this on purpose. Like, how do you be this unprepared? Like, didn't you at least have a fantasy somewhere in your head that you were going to be a takeoff sensation? And then it just kind of happens and you roll with it. And then speaking to artists about how they had to learn, like, what the norms and the mores were and what was acceptable and what wasn't, who to trust, who not to trust, and how to behave and things like that, and you kind of figure that out over time. It kind of made sense later, but at the time I was definitely confused by him when he was just like, I just got big off the first song and now I never need or want to do anything ever again.
Yeah, like, I think he was sort of known in Korea already, but like to then have this huge, like, have to deal with America suddenly,
a global presence,
be on the Today Show or something and like talk to Matt Lauer, like, it's like, how do you even not the language he speaks for the most part.
Yeah, a global
Right.
presence for sure is a whole nother level. Absolutely.
Out of nowhere, global presence. Yeah. I think adult Kelsey gets it more than 18-year-old Kelsey did.
Yeah, I was probably in the same boat because I remember hearing him talk about that as well, and it's just it's one of those things where you're like, yeah, how do you not prepare for it? But yeah, I mean, and one of the things that sucks the most, and it was easily like the cancer of Darkstar, if you will. Like once again, Darkstar was not a negative place, but the cancer of Darkstar was because we got so big so quick. Everything that we had lined up outside of reactions instantly went to the back burner because we physically had no time. Like we literally, and even if Tony scheduled it, it was hard for people who were getting paid to be on the channel at this point to literally try to find any time within their schedules to fucking do it because they're all like, I'm already dedicating all this time to this. So it slowed things down big time. It really did, which was unfortunate. I mean, we got content out, and I mean, there's times where I'll text, you guys in Slack, and I'll be like, hey, it hasn't happened in a while, thank God, but I'll be like, hey, something fucked up, got no audio, I'll figure out something this weekend for a fucking podcast or something. Imagine losing a 6-hour recording session to no audio.
Oh boy.
Ooh. I feel like people would break shit.
Yeah.
Like, that would not be... That would not be good, especially if you were that stressed before you lost the 6-hour recording session. Like, yeesh.
And then on something like reaction content, like you can't fake that. Like you can't. No. People will pick that up, and that was one of the things that I will say that I was super proud about with Tony was like when we would lose that, he'd be like, "Well, let's just record next week's stuff, and then we'll just have to put out a video saying sorry, we fucked up, and yeah, we don't fake reactions." And I was really. That right there, like, impressed me with Tony. That he was, he stuck beside that. Was like, yeah, we do not fake reactions. We're sorry, guys. It fucking sucks. We're sorry. Like, we'll have a video where we'll talk about our thoughts about the episode, and we'll put that out, and hopefully that's good enough. Maybe I'll play the episode in the background, but yeah, we don't fake reactions. And I was like, fucking, let's go. Because I'm not that person either. I would look severely uninterested, being like, oh shit, that was crazy.
Who would have guessed?
So, I mean, I'll give him for sticking to his guns on that. That was good because you do see a lot of those over the top reactions, and you're like, they watch this before they fucking, especially with like movie trailers and shit. It's 2 minutes. That's why whenever like something Final Fantasy VII comes out, I don't even try to play that fucking dumbass card. I tell everyone, I'm gonna watch this, and at some point I'll watch it on Dead Funny, and then I'll have a conversation about it on Dead Funny. But if you think fucking Final Fantasy related, a trailer's gonna come out, I'm not gonna watch that the moment it drops. Fucking please. It doesn't matter what it is. Fucking please. It's happening. 100%. I have zero interest in fucking the new Chaos. But a trailer drops, guarantee you I'm watching it before I do anything fucking Dead Funny related. I have zero interest in that game. But, oh well. It is what it is. Is what it is. Kelsey has
you
no
end
idea
these
what I'm talking
sometimes and just
I
the
know.
like, you're like, oh,
It
this
is what it
emotion,
is.
it is what it is. Like,
It is what it is.
there's nothing I can pick up on.
I'm too old. I'm too old, Kelsey. All right.
Yeah, you're too old for this shit. Like, I'm ready to like jump into a new thing, and you're just like, it is what it is, and just the portcullis slowly descends.
I'm simply too old to have reactions to things anymore.
Yeah.
They're just like, oh, that's happening.
There you go.
All right.
Don't like that level of calm.
Oh,
Not chill.
look,
We can
it's
do better.
Sephiroth
We can do
from the
bigger.
Smash Brothers.
What was that?
Neat. I was
Neat.
just reacting to stuff. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Sorry, what were you saying?
Neat.
Neat.
Ugh.
I'll say this for a good reaction. Fucking, obviously I'm not gonna give too much away because we're about to be fucking recording that here in a second, being JoJo. But new Suicide Squad. Yeah,
You watched it?
I had
Oh yeah,
to.
of course you did.
Yeah.
Of course. We're good. I'm there. I got there. Got there real fast.
It's like Kelsey just ignored the entire first part of my fucking sentence.
Yeah, no, I pick and choose what I want to listen to with you there, Chris. Sorry about that.
Oh shit.
Very good attention paying.
It's because he's becoming so old that he's no longer
So old.
interesting.
There we go. Damn it.
Just
I lost the fizz.
losing it.
It's gone. It's fizzling. Gone.
It's you're fizzling.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking Margot Robbie
Damn it,
and Idris Alba. I fucking rock stars, both of them. They both stole that fucking movie from me. Fucking Margot Robbie fucking killing it again as Harley Quinn. Super fucking. I mean, although Birds of Prey was. There were certain parts about Birds of Prey I didn't like just because I think they could have done the characters a little bit better. Like, I felt like a couple of the chicks were phoned in.
Yeah, as a person with no attachment to the, like, Asian girl Robin or whatever. I don't know. I can't remember her name. I've never like read a comic with her.
Yeah.
So like I know people were upset about her depiction in that.
Yeah.
But like I was like I don't know who this is even. So this is fine.
Yeah, I feel like they phoned in it. Like it was like, all right, we got strong characters for these 4 women, and then it's like these 2 will just they're there. Yeah. They're in the background. Just keep them in the background. It'll be all right. But Margot Robbie kills it as a fucking Harley Quinn. She did such a good job in this movie. I was really impressed with her. She was awesome. Yeah, her and Idris Elba were really fucking good, which I know he had some huge pressure on him because you're going from the first Suicide Squad with Will Smith as fucking Deadshot to Idris Elba as fucking Bloodsport or whatever his fucking name is. So, yeah. But, no, they did.
Saved the rest of
really
it for that recording.
Yeah. Exactly. I said I wasn't going to go too far in it. I was just excited.
I know, but you always say that, and then you tell the entire plot of a movie, including some of the like major spoilers at the end. So I'm being your friendly reminder that like people want to see your thoughts in the right space at the right time, and don't give it all before the camera turns on.
Oh, camera's already on. Anyways, JoJo, set up.
Can't have it now. Can't react to it anymore. I'm sorry. You already said it. Now I can't.
You said all the things, and now JoJo's just going to be calm.
All I got was nice.
Nice.
That was some nice keeping us on track.
I love it. It's great.
Deadpan JoJo is top notch, gotta say.
Yeah.
It was a kind compliment. Thanks.
Well, since we're getting close to the end here, did you guys see? I thought this would be a little interesting topic right quick. Did you guys see where James Gunn actually came out and is going against Scarlett Johansson on the whole streaming lawsuit thing? Not specifically her case, but how streaming is absolutely like the health for movies and how that needs to go forward.
Oh, I haven't.
I guess it would be more his stance against movie theaters, because obviously tons of movie theaters are pissed off, rightfully so, that there's a lot of top tier movies that are going directly to streaming now versus even going to theaters, or they're going to streaming and theaters. And it's like a lot more people realistically, I mean, we talked about it last podcast. I would or maybe it was last review show, whatever, where I would realistically rather invite everybody over. It's like, hey, I'll pay the $30 for the movie. You guys want to pitch in for fucking pizza and fucking beer, and we'll all fucking sit around and fucking eat and drink and fucking watch the movie at my house. A lot better to do it that way than, as we talked about, there's fucking all this weird shit that happens in the world these days. Weird shit. So
yeah, I would prefer to go to a place when that's viable. Like it was good to go see Fast 9 the theater with 5 people,
yeah,
very low interaction rate there, and you get to see it all.
Hang on, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Totally unrelated. Actually, mostly related. So I want to hear the best bad thing that happened in the movie theater story for each of you. For me, we went to a different theater than normal, and partway through the movie, this guy leans forward and just vomits all over the guy in front of him, just covers
Jesus
him, and the
Christ.
guy stands up and is just like, what the hell, man? And his friend, as this guy's just being miserable, his friend leans forward and he's like, oh yeah, he's not feeling very well. It was just like, no shit. So yeah, they ended up, the guy that got vomited completely all over got his ticket comped, but my friend was dying laughing next to me. He thought it was the funniest thing he'd ever seen.
Oh,
I
yeah.
did not, because I was
It
like,
would be
someone's
hard
about to
to
get their
not
ass
laugh.
kicked.
Yeah, it'd be hard not to laugh at that. I mean, yeah, I've already talked about that where I'm the guy that my friend can get seriously injured, and I'm the dude in the corner laughing my ass off because it's fucking hilarious. So, but yeah, it'd be hard not to laugh at that. I had 2. I had one where I just noticed that these were like, Jesus Christ. Okay, so for those of you who don't know young Chris, I was very into the aspect of being in a relationship. And my grandpa put in my head early on that in order for me to finally get to a point as a man where I would settle down, I needed to spend my time as a young man dating around, not cheating, but not staying in like relationships. So as a kid, I had a 2-week rule. I would date somebody for 2 weeks, but that was it. And I would be upfront about this. And at that time, a lot of the chicks would say the same thing. I'll beat that 2-week rule. I'll change you. We'll be in a relationship for months. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that fun stuff. But here's where I was done with the rule. If we broke up and we went back out, in my mind, that was 2-week counter reset. Yeah, it was one of those things. Yeah, I know.
See, JoJo couldn't fake that reaction.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, so I dated a lot of chicks, especially whenever I was younger. And I just noticed that both of these were due to me trying to hook up with not the same chick for both these, but trying to hook up with a chick, which is why I went. Which will make more sense as I get into this first one. So, I went to go see the Powerpuff Girls movie. Because there was a Powerpuff Girls movie. Yeah. And I was trying to date the chick, but it was her little sister that wanted to go to the movie. So, hence, once again, makes sense why I was there. I did not know what to expect because I did not really watch Powerpuff Girls. I know what it is, and I know the names of the characters. I even know the names of some of the bad guys, but I did not watch a lot of Powerpuff Girls growing up. Anyways, so, that being said, the first half of the movie was the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And I didn't think anything of it. And neither did the theater until they finally noticed that halfway through the fucking movie they were playing us the wrong movie. So then I had to then sit there and let them reset and go all the way back to the beginning of Powerpuff Girls. And now I had to watch all the way through Powerpuff Girls on top of watching the first half of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Powerpuff Girls is a cartoon.
Yes.
And
How did nobody
Traveling
catch
Pants
this?
is live action ants.
I was trying to hook up with a girl at the time. My focus was here, not here. Once again, here, not here. We were more into each other than we were the screen.
Was there a child sister with her, actually?
Oh.
Her sister wanted to see it.
Yeah, I would say like 12, 13 maybe.
Like, this seems like a super obvious difference.
It should have been obvious. It should have been a lot more obvious.
When you saw
I'll say this.
Instead of a cartoon.
When it first started, I did have the thought of like maybe they're doing like a whole, this is a real live thing, and then it's going to switch to cartoon. That's, in my mind, what was going to happen. But then after that, like after the first like 5 minutes, I gave two shits about what was on the screen, and I was, putting my moves on, doing what I was doing, right?
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So, hitting them with that southern charm. Exactly.
Oh my
God.
There are other people in the theater, right? Like, that just seems so...
Yeah.
Well, you also have to remember, like, this is when he
man.
was a teenager, so this is when they had, like, long ads and stuff like that so frequently. Like, I absolutely would have assumed, this is an ad, it's going to end, and then, I can see how it would get, like, halfway through before I'd be like, wait, what the fuck?
What's happening? Exactly. Yeah, so I've seen the first half of the Sister of the Traveling Pants, never finished it.
What?
Started out there, never went to go finish it. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm letting you down. Yeah, I know. So...
Didn't you want to know what happened to the pants?
Not really.
And whether or not they made it to their destination? I don't know shit about this.
I don't think there's a final destination for the pants. They were simply passed around.
Oh, I had another joke on top of that, but I chose not to do that one. Anyways, so my second... I've had enough eye rolls from Kelsey already in just the beginning of this story.
Yeah, you've gotten a couple.
I was going to say, those weren't the pants that I was worried about. But anyways.
Yep. I didn't even mean to do that one. God damn it.
Anyways, so my second one, actually I have three, I guess, but they're quick. So my second one is I was on a date, and it was a double date, and we went to go see the movie The Happening, which I fell asleep in within the first like fucking 50 minutes, most boring fucking, not even 50 minutes, 30 minutes, most boring fucking movie. I woke up at the end of it. I literally woke up the credits roll, and I was like, oh man. So and I looked at my date.
Was fall asleep? You're on a date, and your move is fall asleep. You've been too old for this shit for a long time.
Look, all right.
I think The Happening is a powerful film.
Yeah. Yeah, it has a
Powerful
fucking
narcotic? Is that what you're telling me?
yeah, it has a
Yeah,
very
I mean, probably.
well, that's literally what I said. I woke up and she was all like, "Are you okay? Are you feeling alright?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Well, you just fell asleep." I was like, "Fucking those plants, man. They're fucking good at their job. They got me through the movie. It was crazy." The movie was so fucking stupid. Oh man.
You know the plot to The Happening?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. Well, then there you go.
There's something going on, a happening of sorts, and Mark Wahlberg and Zooey Deschanel need to figure out what it is or something, and that's the plants are mad at us.
Yeah. So basically, they figure out the plants are mad at us, and they're releasing spores or some shit that's just killing people. That's the entire. Look up Mark. Probably a highlight reel. I'm 100% sure this exists because I've had this exact same conversation with other people. There's a highlight reel of Mark Wahlberg's acting, and you would think this motherfucker was going for a goddamn award. Like, it was insane for a movie that was that fucking stupid. Like, where he's walking, he's like, well, we gotta figure out how we're gonna survive on this planet with plants then. It's like, that's a great sentence. Good writing right there. I agree. We need to figure that out. I could not give two shits about that fucking movie. Oh my god, I did not care at all. So, there's that one. And then the second one, I was with a group of friends, and there were multiple couples, and we went and saw Maze Runner. I think that was the one. And the chick that I was with got us kicked out. She got in an argument with somebody, and they were yelling back and forth, and got us kicked out. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, so he came walking out. She's like, "I'm sorry." And I was like, "Well, you owe me for my fucking movie ticket." So I didn't do that. I'm not an asshole. But I was just like, I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't extremely invested in Maze Runner, so it is what it is.
All right, JoJo, your turn. When did you fall asleep on a date?
I don't think I have anything on this. I remember when I was 12, I saw Dreamcatcher, which was a Stephen King thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was too spooky, and I had to leave.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
That's fair.
Speaking of Shyamalan's, The Happening.
Yep.
My favorite, I think, movie theater experience is there's a trailer. I'm at probably it was like Inception or Dark Knight Rises, something around that time period, and a trailer comes on. It's these people in an elevator, and there's something spooky going on. And it seems like, oh, this looks kind of interesting, and then it cuts to the text from producer M. Night Shyamalan, and the whole audience laughed. His name showing up. At this point, this is post The Happening, so he's fully torn off any goodwill he had.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like halfway through that, I was almost 100% sure that you didn't know who the fuck M. Night Shyamalan actually was, because just the way that you said it, you're like, it was like, Batman Begins, and I was like, he knows that M. Night Shyamalan didn't do that movie, right? Like, I'm gonna let you finish your story, but I was just like, holy shit.
I feel like it happened in like an
yeah, I got you.
That.
Yeah.
That was good. That's all. And when I saw the Joker, there was a police presence. That was a weird one.
Yeah, because that had to be right after.
It seemed like something had happened.
Yeah.
Yes. But nothing made they still let us go see the movie. But there are cops there, like.
Yeah, that one I did not go see in theaters. I was going to, and I think I would have enjoyed watching that one in theaters. But yeah, I didn't see that one until I missed the boat on Joker. That was well after it came out, when it finally hit streaming services, and I watched it on HBO. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
I like Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's a really fucking good actor.
It's because he's an extraordinarily talented person. Yeah.
Fucking awesome. Yeah, like fucking. Even though he's like been put in movies that some people say are like some of the worst movies ever, like The Village, but
another classic Shyamalan.
Yeah, another classic Shyamalan. Exactly, your boy, dude, your boy Shyamalan.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it, Kelsey?
Did you see that Avatar movie he did?
Yeah.
Oh, you like Avatar?
Avatar.
What the hell are you talking about? No, I did not.
The live-action Avatar.
I did not see that.
That was bad.
Yes, I got on the Avatar train, I think, mid to late 2019.
Oh,
like
wow.
I hadn't seen it until then. So
Kelsey got on the train whenever literally everybody else on the end of the train jumped on. That was the pandemic. Everybody's like, we're bored. Netflix has Avatar. Fuck it. Let's see.
No, I finished it. Scott and I finished it right before it came onto Netflix. Like we were
Okay,
borrowing
good.
it from a friend. So like it was funky how that worked out because I was like, okay, we're done with this, and then it showed up on Netflix, and like 2 days later, I was like, all right, that was inconvenient timing.
That was
But
the most annoying thing. Was like, I like. Obviously, as a comic book fan, I see it happen a lot with the fucking Marvel movies, where it's like, I've had so many people come up to me like, "Oh my god, Iron Man was so good. Where should I start if I wanted to read the comics?" I'm just like, bro, come on. Like, let's be real. Like, you're not gonna go back and start from fucking Iron Man 1 and da 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 and all this other stuff. Anyways, but not the point. So seeing that happen, like, I'm used to that happen to like a one-on-one space with like friends afterwards, because I've always been the guy where it's like, as soon as the fucking after scene credits roll, like, I'll never forget fucking them showing Thanos for the first time. I went to the fucking movie, I was there with like fucking 12 people, and everybody's like, who is that purple guy? And I was just all like, fucking read a comic every once in a while. Just one. Just fucking one.
Oh,
Thanos.
man,
Fucking name
after
is
every one of
Thanos.
those movies, my friends just would ask me a ton of questions, and it was great. I had all the answers.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
who's that guy? Why is that guy here? Oh, I will tell you.
And the fact that I don't live down south anymore, then I have my comic book friends and comic book family who are like, oh my god, can you believe that they're doing this and this and this and this? And then all my other friends who also don't know fucking shit about comics who are also texting me. So then I've got like 20 people I have to respond to about what the fuck they just saw, because we're all going and seeing it midnight release. So, but shit, I forgot where I was going with this. I'm not gonna lie. I got off on a tangent there. It was something to do with Kelsey. I forgot what you were talking about now. Wow. That was cool.
Avatar?
Yeah. No,
2019
wait.
and the-
Oh, yeah. So, seeing that at a one-on-one, right? But now being able to see that at like a global level, I can't explain how annoying Facebook was during that fucking short period where it was like Avatar was the newest shit. Every fucking post was an Avatar meme or an Uncle Iroh saying or fucking Avatar's the greatest character development we've ever seen in any anime. If you haven't watched it yet, you need to. It's like, bro, look, everybody's watching this fucking point. All right, Netflix is out. Like, there were so many people that I like know in life that don't watch anime, and just to see them be like, oh yeah, I don't know why people don't watch anime. Anime is like the greatest. I'm like, you just watched Avatar, and now anime is the greatest fucking thing. Like, I'm pretty sure we've had this same conversation like fucking a month ago, and you're like, yeah, anime is a waste of time. I don't know why you watch anime. It's like, don't try to fucking be an anime warrior now.
we have circled back around to Chris being, I'm too old for this shit.
I'm not too old. I'm just saying, it was annoying.
So isn't it like American? Like, you're not. The reason you're watching this and not anime is because this is in English on purpose. Like,
Yeah, because that was like a Nickelodeon thing, wasn't it? Or a
Yeah.
Cartoon Network. Something
yeah,
like that.
it is.
Yeah, something like that.
What was that motion there?
Everybody else hear that?
No.
Great! Discord's doing its job.
All right, there you go.
Did you fart?
No, that's not what that is.
Okay.
Better not be what that is. There's an extended sound of water being flushed out of pipes right now
Oh.
because something broke in my house and my husband decided that now while I'm recording is the best time to fix it,
There you go.
apparently. And so if I ever make a fart that is this extended, this watery, and this long, I'm dead. Like, there's no coming back.
Well, I can't hear the sound,
Yeah, we
so
can't
I-
hear it. Yeah, so that
Oh,
noise
great.
suppression is
That's
balling out.
probably real good.
There you go. Well, anyways, we'll go ahead and wrap it up so Kelsey can go figure out
check
what's
on my
going on with
husband.
their house. But yeah, movies. That was fun. Good conversation started there, Kelsey.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
Avatar in theaters now. Go see it.
Do not go see Avatar. Oh, you might fall asleep like I did. So, anyways, I didn't fall asleep in Avatar. I was actually very impressed with Avatar until it got to like all the water bending and everything else scenes, and I hadn't seen the anime yet. I watched the anime directly the next week after the movie came out, and was like, that movie was a piece of shit. That movie was fucking same thing happened with fucking Death Note too. I watched the Netflix movie first, and then I was like, wow, this is amazing. And then Tony was like, you should watch the anime. And I watched the anime, and I was like, wow, that movie was terrible. So I was like, no, Willem Dafoe, like, come on, he's fucking perfect. But nope, that movie was fucking trash. Anyways, so that being said, we're going to go wrap it up here. If you guys enjoyed this episode of the podcast, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, turn on those notifications that way you get notified next time we upload another video. Hit us in the comment section below. Let us know your thoughts and views. I've had some people ask me about the easiest way to go about supporting us. That is sharing, and I have made it easier
Commenting.
for you. Well, yeah, commenting as well. But sharing our stuff around, I have made it easier for you. Now on Sunday, you will get anywhere between 1 to 4 clips, short clips of good or funny conversation bits from the podcast, which are easy to share. Instead of being like, hey, friend, out of nowhere, do you have like an hour and a half to sit down and listen to a podcast about people you don't know? Well, now you can be like, hey, friend, here's anywhere between like a 2 to 10 minute clip. Bam! So much easier to share. So, just do that. Anyways, but yeah, as Kelsey said, comment. And we have Twitter and Twitch links down there as well. If you want a direct form of communication, come watch us play some video games. Other than that, you guys have a great rest of the week. We'll see you next time.